Hello everybody, Monday afternoon, because I've been doing my own work this morning. I've been a good girl. I'm going to try and get, as I say, getting a little bit more frequent to you now, get this Christmas one done. Don't know what we're going to do after it though. I haven't had a thought about that one yet. Answers on a postcard, anything anybody wants to do in particular. We'll see. Anyway, so we've still got quite a few blocks to do the Christmas one. They're Christmas applique. Now, before I show you today's, I'm just going to say the wreath there, yeah, which is, and I did some kits up for. He's all on his own some, this one, but having said that, I can make up some more if anybody wants. I had the greatest pleasure yesterday. Group of ladies over in Ireland who I teach fairly regularly, except until this has all happened. I did see you early in the year though, but there we go. They're going to use it as a group challenge. So that pattern, to see who can do what and why and how. And so I spent a lot of time yesterday cutting up new kits. And they've all been sent off to Ireland, Southern Ireland this afternoon. So that's rather lovely. But I have got one kit left there. You'll find them over on abbyann.com in the shop. If you want, you know, I can cut them, it's not a problem. The fabrics will vary very slightly, but they're there if anyone wants. So I just thought I'd remind everybody, if you're into doing that and making a bit of a Christmas thing, it could be a wall hanging, could be the centre of your quilt that we're doing, could be a cushion cover, could put some borders on that and make a little quilt, a little lap quilt or something. There's loads of things that you can do with that. All right, so if you want that, obviously the pattern is on Patchwork Witterings, okay, on Facebook. But if you want the kit, you'll find that on abbyann.com in the shop. Having said that, if in doubt, just message me and I'll sort that for you. All right, Dan? Right, dolls, I should say, because it's plural. There's lots of you hopefully out there looking. Right, okay, so today's block. Now, back in line with wreaths, you might remember a few weeks ago I was talking about that and saying I'd like to do one in one of the little blocks if I could figure out a way of doing it to make it look right. I think I've cracked it, because I wanted it to have lots and lots of bits and pieces and things going and make it really quite something. Now I'm going to show you this. I have to say I'm really quite chuffed with this, and this would work big as well. All right, but let me show you up fairly close. There's my Christmas wreath for Witter Quilt 6, and that makes it block number 11. Okay, I'm quite chuffed with that, and it's not really thick and heavy and horrible, because what I've done is I've put one ring of fabric in underneath, and I have to say I've used a nice really mottled batik. Okay, so it's doing all sorts of things, and then I've put individual leaves all over it as well, with a few berries, and then a little bit of the same gold braid that I'd put on the baubles, just to do a little bow on there. But I mean, that's optional, you do what you want. But let me just show you the pattern so as you see what I'm on about. Okay, so there we are. If you look at this, okay, ignore the fact that there's loads of little bits of white sticky something, because when I was designing I changed my mind on something. But you've got one big circular piece there, all right, so you've got the big circular piece that goes down as one, but before you attach it properly, you've got a whole selection of different shaped leaves there. Make up a whole load of different ones from different fabrics, place them all where you need them to be, under and over, in and out and all the rest of it, and then iron it onto your backing square, and that's what you get. All right, so what I've done with that one, you can see from the back for the stitching, I have actually stitched most of that down. I started off by thinking I'll just stitch all the loose leaves, because that will hold the rest of it, and it has worked. Okay, I didn't realise I'd used as many loose ones as I have, which meant there's not a lot left on the background there. I might just whip round and do those last few little bits, and they're actually really easy to stitch around, because they're just on a nice little curve. Didn't take long at all, actually. I was quite impressed with that. Can't say I've done the berries yet. In fact, I haven't done the berries on most of my squares, but I will get to them. I have done the gold little bowie thing, though. That's done. So, as usual, I will put photos, and there's a couple of photos here. So, you'll see one with just the ring, and then there's another one, I think, where I've started placing things so that you can see, and a photo of the finished little block, all right? And they'll be on Patchwork Witterings for you as normal, and a copy of that one, all right? Easy enough to do that for yourself, really. Okay, so it's just sort of holly leaf shape all the way around. There we go. Embellish to your heart's content. I can see lots of little sparkles and things going on this one as well. I think my hot fix crystals are going to make quite a few outings onto this quilt because I'm really quite liking it. So there we are. All right, so one complete ring and then lots of little bits under and above and below and all the rest of it. But do use a mix of fabrics, and I've used a variegated green thread. Okay, I've actually used a Gutermann. I love the Gutermann sulky variegators, they're just gorgeous. So yeah, so that's what I've used around there, and that adds to it as well. Yeah, so there we go. Quite pleased with that one. I'm tempted to do that big because I really quite like that. Make a nice cushion or something, or a little panel, or on the side of a shopping bag or something. I don't know, but I really quite like that. Am I supposed to say things like that? I don't know, but there we go. So that's Christmas. What else have I been doing? Do you know my brain's gone? Lots of picture framing. I've been doing lots of picture framing this weekend with my hubby, with Paul. Do you know he's only got one bowl left out of all of his wood turnings? So he is now taking orders. I'm quite amazed. And he's done several sewing bowls, and there is one out on the way out for one lady that's ordered. Watch this space, okay? Because yeah, it's when he gets time. I don't think he realised how popular they were going to be. Tom's here in his bed, fast asleep. He just did the biggest burp you've ever heard. Demanded food in like, you know what, it's only mid-afternoon, but he wanted his tea already, so that's fine. So he had some tea, let out the biggest belch you've ever heard, and put himself to bed on top of the table. That's okay. He's happy. We like this. It's all good. It's all good. Rewrote a pattern yesterday. That was, oh, I could show you those, couldn't I? What have I done with them? Or not, as the case may be. They're over the other side of the room. I'll perhaps pop them up. Placemats with Christmas trees and things all over. They're really quite nice. I rewrote the pattern yesterday. It was originally done, I think it was in 2006, quite a while ago. And I thought, you know what, that needs a bit of a revamp. So I sat and rewrote those yesterday. Took some new photos because obviously things have improved since then, and presented it a little bit nicer. So I might actually put that over for everybody to look at as well. So there we are. I'm hoping everybody's all right out there. It's very strange, isn't it? Lots of things are sort of open or click and collecting, but if you're not allowed an essential journey and it's not I don't get it. I really don't get it. I class us as essential because it's our mental health being. I really do class us as, not that we're doing a lot, but there we are. I'm there to post out for you. I did go to the post office this morning. That's all good. Right, okay, so what more? 3 things, isn't it? Exercise, well, I've been post office. Tidying, I've done nothing. And friends, do say hello to everyone. Saw at a distance, very, very briefly, a friend yesterday, so that was nice, that I've not seen for a long time. Had a few conversations, that's good. Lots of text messagings and things, that's really good. Yeah, so make sure all your friends are okay. All your vulnerables are all right. That sounds bad, doesn't it? All your vulnerables. All your friends that might be in a vulnerable category for whatever reason, do make sure they're all happy and healthy and doing all right. It might just be they need a bit of fabric. That would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, so. One more thing that I knew that there was one more thing. That's why I've been sort of distracted the last couple of secs. One more thing I was going to ask. I keep asking and I will ask again. Anybody watching this, would you please subscribe on YouTube to my channel? Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything, but it can be of a huge benefit to me further down the line as a business, and I would really appreciate that. It's all very well sat here hour and hour wittering at you and spending hours and hours making stuff. That's great, but I still need to make a living and pay the mortgage and eat a bit. So would seriously appreciate you putting a subscription, thank you very much, liked whatever it is that they do on YouTube, and obviously like my page, that's always good. That's good. Join the group, Patchwork Wittering group, get all your patterns and things, that's good. And if in any doubt, just give me a message and I'll see what I can sort for you. All of my patterns, all of my fabrics, and there's a lot of them, and there's another Whopping Great box coming this morning. But that's all fabrics ready for the next mystery quilt, for Sunflower Quilt. Looking forward to them. I've not opened it yet. It's very exciting, but I need somewhere to put it. I've got to get me witter done first before I make a big mess in here. Yeah, so like it, whatever, all the different, I don't know, what do they call them, social media things. I'm on Instagram and all the rest of that, because this apparently seems to be the way to go. But do find my online shop, please, ladies and gents. abbyyann.com, alright, and then I can post anything you might want out to you. If in doubt, ask the question. One thing left to say, isn't there? Be lovely.